Hey guys, good morning. It's Dave Santarelli from BreakingChartAlerts.com. Hope everyone had a good weekend, good holiday, happy Halloween. It's pretty good down here in Florida. It wasn't bad, nice weather. But first things, we're seeing the market climb about a little over 1%. Dow's up a little over 300 points here in the pre-market. Opening bell in about a minute or two here. So as we're seeing here, SPY's just consolidating past three candles here. We're still in breakdown momentum, waiting for those election results. We have one trade open right now, actually, just a SPY November 6th, 328 strike put in the trade challenge account here. So we'll be watching that today, seeing if the markets continue to pull back. It's Monday, so let the market absorb information, news from over the weekend. UK's going back into lockdown for 4 weeks to try to control the virus. I guess their numbers are like 5 times higher than what they were back in March. So Johnson has reiterated a shutdown for 4 weeks out there in the UK, which obviously isn't affecting our market much here this morning. So we're just going to look at the SPY diamond here for the first few minutes in the morning, and then we're going to look for some retail stocks. I see some really nice retail stocks taking off here. Estee Lauder is one of them. Under Armour is another one. Clorox is looking good here. If you take a look at Clorox, CLX, this one's getting a really nice climb here ahead of the election, ahead of the virus spreading. Nice candle there. It's up almost 4% here in pre-market hours. It's looking pretty good there. I might do a swing trade going in for the November 20th Expo on Clorox. Look for that 230 target there. So let's get ready and let's make some money here today, guys. I'd be looking at the newswire here, seeing if there's any good upgrades, downgrades, anything we could take advantage of. Let me put SPY back on here. Okay, let's put SPY up and see what we're doing. Down about $165 on that SPY put right now. Alrighty, let me add a few stocks here to my watch list that I'm looking at the newswire up over here. If you guys see me on YouTube, this is the newswire over here. I can add my daily stocks I like to look at right now onto my watch list. Roku, neutral on Roku, raises price target to 220. Let's see, Avilio said Starbucks is looking good. Dunkin' was looking great here, up over 6% on Dunkin'. Nice retracement back down to $100. $100 acted as support. Nice climb this morning. Starbucks might continue that rise there, Avilio. I like that one. Holding that 50, not doing too much yet. For me, I'd like to see a climb above 87.90 for me to possibly jump in there. PayPal, I think, is going to have a blow up. 188. Let me see what the recent price target changes were on PayPal here. 229 just recently this morning, actually. Morgan Stanley maintains overweight on PayPal holdings, raises price target to 229. KeyBank maintains overweight on PayPal, raises price target to 230. Not bad there on PayPal. See what else is coming up here. Let's see what's going on with Under Armour. That one's looking like a heck of a good setup here on Under Armour. I might be jumping into an Under Armour trade. I think I'm going to do that here. All right, let's see. What do I want to do? Option chains. Okay, so I'm in the trade challenge account here. Let's take a look at Under Armour. We'll give the markets a little bit of time here. But I'm looking at Under Armour option chain here. Let's take a look at the 6-month daily. SPY's pulling back a little bit here as well. Let's take a look at SPY. It's not really doing much here. Still consolidating. Even though it's up 1% for the day. Let's see what else is moving here. Nike is getting a nice little pop this morning. Let's see if something there we could make on Nike. 3-month daily. Right down to that 50. Holding that 50. We could have a tight stop here on Nike of 120, which goes back to support, which was resistance back on September 15th. We could use that 120 as a stop. It's not too bad there. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Janet. Let's see. Bill says check out Visa and MasterCard for the morning here. MasterCard's pulling back a little bit. Everything's pulling back right now. I want to watch the markets here. We might have had our highs already today. We'll wait and see. NVIDIA up 503, up about 0.47%. Not much there with NVIDIA. Let's see Clorox here. Clorox came back down a little bit though, holding that 50. I'd love to pick something up on Clorox for the November 20th. Clorox. So, seeing that we have some resistance right around 225 on Clorox, I like the November 20th, we could pick up the 215 strike call. Got quite a bit of a spread there between 5 and 580. So I'd probably put in a midpoint right around 540. But not doing anything just yet. Looking, I like Clorox, so I'm going to write that down on my pad right here. Clorox, I'd probably do the 215 call. We'll look at that in a few here once the market absorbs this information. Let's see, Under Armour, UA, Nike. Let's see what Amazon's doing here today. Microsoft shares are up over 1%. That was a pretty decent pullback on Microsoft there. Might be able to get a quick climb back up to that 210. Carnival Cruise Line and Norwegian are trading lower. They suspended their voyages through December 31st now, causing sector-wide concerns. Duncan says Square, Facebook, and Google here. Let's take a look at Square. Square, you still got the candle below previous candle's body here. Well, trading side by side, I should say. Square would be a nice one to piggyback off of PayPal earnings, though. Let's see here. Let's look at the option calendar here. Let's see. Square's got earnings this week as well. PayPal today. But stay away from those. Those are going to be high-risk trades if you're swing trading those. If you're day trading, that's fine. Let's take a look at Google and Amazon. Nice breakout on Google here, team. I'd love to pick up a Google trade for this week. Let's see, 16. Wow, crazy expensive there. Let me put on SPY over here. Amazon's on the climb nicely.
BSX, Boston Scientific, receives FDA approval for the Ranger drug-coated balloon. That's BSX Bravo Sandy X-ray.
The energy, Jim, hanging on, just barely hanging on to the green, and with that, all sectors are positive for the moment. Let's get to Bob Bassani. Hey, Bob.
Well, we are positive, all sectors. Both the highs, 4-1 advancing to declining stocks. Carl, happy Monday, everybody. Just take a quick look at the sectors right now. Energy actually started out in the lead and has fallen back, as you note, as David noted, with the weakness in oil here. Industrial's okay. Consumers.
NIO's been having a great couple of months. From 15 all the way up to 35 since September.
They own a number of very big malls in the Philadelphia area, so that's getting a little attention today. Elsewhere, I'm continuing to see a lot of interest in thematic ETFs. Energy ETFs in the last month done very well. Solar ETFs, wind, alternative energy ETFs, lithium batteries.
SPY's trading below that 10 right now. I'm watching Qs. Qs are still holding above the 10-day over here.
Event has occurred at its Westwood underground mine in Canada. That's India Alpha Golf.
Strong period of the year. The election will hopefully be over by the end of the week. Stimulus talks, this is the bull case, will resume in Washington. We'll get further central bank
Shares of
support
IM Gold
and
at
possible
$3.62,
vaccine
down
data. All of
5
this stuff
cents.
will be
India
reflected
Alpha
many
Golf.
times, but that's the bull scenario. At least we're starting off today on that. The bear case, the reopening story is going very
ELY, Echo Lima Yankee, Callaway, Gordon Haskett out with a
Nice job, Skyjack.
rate to be taken Friday.
Skyjack's up 107% on Neo. You must have gotten into that last week, right?
2021 earnings, if the lockdown
Nice job.
is actually occurring, the earnings are too high, and that's what the market's trying to reflect. The stimulus play did very well in October. There's a lot of people who still believe in the stimulus idea. If you look at small caps and solar stocks, metals and mining, these are all stimulus plays. They all notably outperformed.
Watching SPY as it continues to break down here. Let me put on Neo on my watch list here.
Infrastructure plays also, they're doing very well. Big infrastructure companies like Fluor, Martin Marietta, Granite Construction, all outperformed the market. We'll see how that goes the next couple of days. Carl, back to you.
All right, Bob, thanks very much. Obviously, going to be a big week for central banks again. Let's get to Rick Santelli, who's got ISM.
Yes, a big week for central banks and big week for
PayPal's looking good there.
banks are going to do. And
Square's looking good.
To the highs, 34.60.
Let's see if SPY is going to climb off this 20 here.
India Oscar.
Squeeze in between the 10-20.
PMI 53.4 versus 53.3. That's the manufacturing PMI.
And if we look at 2-day, you get a much better glimpse of what's going on. We're at 87 plus in the wee hours last night. We were 87 plus in the wee hours before our time zone this morning. But it is giving way. There's this de-risk fear, even though equities are doing well, because of what's going to occur tomorrow, of course. And as Carl pointed out, I'm not sure how Jay Powell and company are going to end up mopping all this up. Should a better vaccine or different types of drugs to combat COVID-19
Let's see what this squeeze between that 10-20 day simple moving average is going to do here.
really see what's going on. We really have moved right up to that almost 90 basis point June 4th high, and the data is out. Market PMI, the October final read, which pulls out 53.3 and replaces it with 53.4, so a little bit better than expected. PMIs from the ISM grouping coming out in about 15 minutes. Let's continue with the charts. So you see that June 1st chart for 10s, they moved up right towards that high. Look at the same June 1st to Boons. Completely different picture. We see that it wasn't a very kind move lately for Boons, and maybe it's the shutdowns or how Europe's dealing with COVID versus how we may be dealing with COVID, at least in the eyes of investors. And if you look at Boons minus Boons from that same period from June 1st, look at how much different the differential is between the two, and that is very important to pay attention to as it widens out. And finally, you talk about a bad October for a currency. Here's the euro versus dollar for the month of October, finishing basically on the lows. Carl, Jim, David, back to you.
All right, Rick, we'll check in with you soon. Rick Santelli. So coming off the worst week for the Dow since March, we're up 225 at the moment. As we kick off November, by the way, the Dow has fallen in November since 2012. S&P NASDAQ haven't fallen in November since 2011. We're back in a minute.
The Hunt Report is brought to you by PIMCO, a global leader in active fixed income.
We can't calculate our total taxes?
Sales tax, real estate credits, solar incentive.
And we have no way to integrate all that.
No, but BDO does.
People who know BDO.
Nice job, Avilio. Quick 15% gain on PayPal, 20% gain on Neo. Nice, well done.
Your customized view of the market. It's smarter trading technology for smarter trading decisions.
What are you guys trading right now? Anything good? I was thinking about jumping into Facebook here.
They were so stress-free. The whole process was amazing, and I would definitely recommend them.
Coming up at 10 a.m., construction spending for
I think I'm going to make a trade challenge trade on Facebook.
expected ISM manufacturing PMI for October 55.8. That's coming up at 10 a.m.
Wednesday on Squawk Box. Election day reaction from the biggest names in business. Crucial analysis, investor insight on the markets, jobs, the economy. Squawk Box early edition, 5 a.m. Eastern. And watch Squawk Box anytime on demand. Businesses are bracing for potential unrest after Election Day tomorrow. Our Bertha Coons is watching that this morning. Hi, Bertha.
Hey, how are you, Carl? We are in Herald Square. This was one of the areas last
If
summer.
we could break that 268 here, I'm going to jump into Facebook the November 20th 270 calls. Probably going to be closer to about 1075 if that happens.
Here have begun boarding up. As you can see, this is Santander Bank and Macy's. In fact, across this big
I'm watching Q's over here. I'm looking for it to break that 941 high from this morning. Almost at it right now.
because of their holiday displays, they are preparing that, but they acknowledge that they are taking extra precautions.
Neo back up 14%.
Disruption. Macy's, of course, one of the stores that saw major looting here at its flagship. Saks Fifth Avenue similarly put up more modest-looking boards. They were painted as well, but Saks does acknowledge that they are implementing additional security measures because of the election. They are boarding up their windows, and they are also adding additional security personnel. Meantime, in Washington and across the nation, you're seeing a lot of
So Efren, this is going to be a trade challenge trade.
we saw new fencing.
Just waiting for it. A couple more ticks here. We should have that 268 climb.
NBC News, and that fencing
Break above that resistance here for the day.
but the Ellipse and Lafayette Square as well.
There we go. Let's see if we could jump in now.
We've seen a number of businesses also taking precautions and boarding up their windows. Officials tell NBC News that there will be 250 National Guard on standby as well. Nationally, the big box stores, many of them that experienced damage last summer, are also taking precautions, although they aren't spelling them out. They do intend to remain open.
Let's see.
Going to have security.
Big breakout there.
Target last summer saw 6 stores heavily damaged, and a number of them had to close. Right now, they're all hoping they can stay closed, guys. But
Okay, Ephraim, we just got in at 11:06. Let me get that trade confirmation up. Order status.
Obviously, Bertha Coons. Jim, I assume that
And here we go. So we are now in Facebook. We just got the November 20th Facebook 270 strike call. We picked up 2 contracts in our trade challenge account. That was filled for 1106. 1106 times 2. That's a $2,212 trade we just made on Facebook there. So, Efren, our target on Facebook here is going to be 280. If we look at the 3-month daily now we got to look at our targets and our stops. I already knew where that resistance was, so we're going to be looking for that 280 resistance in the next couple of days here. 280 resistance, and we're going to have that 263 as the stop. 263 is our stop, and 280 to 285 is going to be our target profit area.
That was earlier.
I'm posting in the trade room now for you guys our stops and our targets. Okay, now that we've done that, guys, now what we could do here is come up to our alert window. We could put in Facebook. And we could put target 280.00. Our stop will be 263. And there we go. Perfect. Now that's set. Now that'll give us an alert once either our target's met or our stop is met.
LMFA, LM Funding getting some volume here with the Michael Foxtrot Alpha.
Get the edge in the hot investing trends. ETFs. Build your best portfolio and profit from the $3 trillion ETF market. Bob Pisani gives you the ETF edge. Only on etfedge.cnbc.com. Today, 1 Eastern. Markets bouncing after a tough week last week. Don't forget, although the election is tomorrow, there's a lot on the other side of it. Really good jobs number at a pretty good pace of Q3 earnings, although we're past the peak. We'll get a look at Hilton and Fox and Wendy's and Berkshire this weekend. For now, though, rent on the S&P very strong. Don't go away.
Watching Q's and SPY hold that 10 now. Almost at today's highs again here on SPY. Q's are 2 ticks away from the high. Amazon still pulled back a little bit there. That's interesting. See what Google's doing over here. Google is still on the climb, looking good.
SNBL, Sundial Growers, low price stock over here on volume.
Either way, tomorrow's coming. Stay focused on the long term with personal financial advice from an advisor who knows you and today's markets. Ameriprise Financial.
Selling a home is expensive and stressful, so we set out to create a better home selling experience with a network of the most successful real estate agents in America that'll sell your home for as little as a 2% commission.
The icing on the cake with the ideal agent was that we saved $12,000 in commission.
They were so stress-free. The whole process was amazing, and I would definitely recommend them.
We are not a discount brokers. These are top local agents that'll get you the best results.
How was everybody's weekend? You guys go Halloween or did you guys stay in? Dwayne, we are going to be starting a new trade challenge in December. This one's currently up about 100% right now.
If you have $100,000 or more of life insurance, you may qualify to sell your policy. Don't cancel or let your policy lapse without finding out what it's worth. Visit CoventryDirect.com to find out if your policy qualifies.
Nice, Tyler. I was a little hesitant of going out, but the wife convinced me.
See yourself and know you're not alone.
Ephraim, it looks like you had a nice party.
construction spending versus the 1% expected. ISM manufacturing PMI 59.3 versus 55.8 expected. S&P futures getting a pop now, 33.1275. Again, the ISM manufacturing PMI from October, 59.3 versus 55.8.
Nice climb on SPY there. Still looking good. Facebook holding that 20. See her break above that 10 and break that 269 resistance she's at right now.
Market likes it, down hanging on to a gain of better than 1.5%. Our movement begins with the countdown to Election Day. Stocks rallying in this first hour of trading after the worst week for stocks since late March.
And next we're going to look at how either candidate's policies could affect your portfolio and why there might be less to worry about than you think.
And finally,
That should be an easy target for us on Facebook.
worst drugs proven to help patients, but could mitigate
280 to 285.
of widespread distribution. But starting with the markets today, the Dow coming off its worst week since late March. The S&P and Nasdaq posting back-to-back
Pulling back a little bit here with Q's.
first trading day of November. Our next guest says market volatility will continue as a close election, rising COVID cases, and lack of stimulus deal loom large. Joining us now, Stifel Chairman and CEO Ron Kluczewski. Ron, thank you for joining us. It was all laid out in the intro there. This is really an unprecedented backdrop to host a national election. What's your expectation for the markets, at least in the short term?
I'm watching Q's, SPY, Facebook, Google, Amazon, and watching Under Armour over here.
Presidency in the Senate as the Democrat. And as these polls, certainly the Senate has tightened, I think that's where the question will come in. I think the market wants stimulus and may not get as much as it thinks that it wants.
So in terms of stimulus, as we kind of look ahead toward
SPY's starting to climb again.
few months of the year, how fast do you
Facebook holding between that 10 and 20.
to actually get stimulus?
Hey, Zach, good morning.
Well, again, in a lame duck Congress, I wonder if you'll really get anything done in a lame duck Congress. It's going to depend on, shutdowns versus stimulus in terms of the economy. One of the things I think is that's going to be uncertainty for the market is just the election in of itself. If you read the polls, everyone thinks, Biden should be having his party. Here in the Midwest, there have been some
Buys up about 1.5% here. Dow's up almost 500, 1.8% for the day. Nasdaq's up about 1.19.
Their conference call at Kohima says overall online sales grew 40% for the quarter. That's EL as the order.
Because of a significant increase in COVID, you're going to need fiscal stimulus. You can't shut the restaurants and then not provide stimulus. That's just not going to work. I think the market knows it. I think the American people know that, frankly. But on the other hand, the old adage that
Amazon is really pulling back hard here. Take a look at Amazon today, 1 minute.
fiscal stimulus, that would be quite
All the way up to about 30.80. Retrace back down to about 30.15. Still dropping on Amazon.
Quarter last week, I think you added 45 financial advisors, strongest recruiting quarter you had in the last 3 years. What's going on in your business, and why did you have such a strong?
Under Armour's still taking off here. Facebook's holding that 20.
that's our business model, and we're a destination for independent entrepreneurial advisors, and we have been for a number of years. Look, I think financial services and Stifel as well is going to be very busy in not only the next few months, but even the next few years. What COVID has done, the pandemic has almost reordered the economy, and there's a lot of capital that's going to move around.
Thing with Facebook is it has large swings, so you could expect this to come back down about 265 on a retracement, which is going to be about another $2.75 drop if she does pull back here.
Firms like mine are
That's where I'd probably add to it.
coming months and even years as it just is. I can see it, especially
Already had that MACD cross, just getting that 1020 cross below now. That's what makes me feel that we could get back to about 265 on that retracement. Market's pulling back a little bit here, not much.
Theme for so many that believe equities will continue to be strong. Are you seeing that in terms of the allocations?
we are. I mean, the clients have been engaged. They are. It's hard to find yield. That's
You can see what Qs are doing here. Qs are retracing a bit.
what we're thinking. I'll just tell you.
Got some support right around 270, 150.
Democratic win that will support value stocks because you're going to see a
We'll see if it holds that area.
rates will go up a little bit. If the Republicans, either the Senate or the presidency wins, that will continue to support growth stocks. But either way, there's a lot of stimulus on the table, an accommodative Fed. So it's hard to fight those two factors from a market perspective.
So that's an interesting trade. Blue wave, value stocks, red wave, growth stocks. What if it's mixed? What if it's contested? What do you do?
Well, I think that would probably be less stimulus. That would be more towards maintaining the growth trade than the value trade. Because I don't think you'll see as much of a reinflation in a mix. Because you're not going to see as much stimulus, in my opinion.
All right, well, we'll keep an eye on those factors this week and in the weeks to come. Ron, thank you for joining us.
Great to be an American. Go vote. Thank you.
With just a day left until the election, of course, our Steve Leisman is out with a look at how the states of play have changed since April. Hey, Steve.
Good morning, Carl. The 16 states in play surveys in the key battleground states have consistently shown a much closer race to the national polls.
Let's see if there's anything on the news wire here.
Economy, COVID, and of course the candidates. Since the spring, former Vice President Joe Biden has held a lead over President Trump on handling the coronavirus.
Stifel CEO on CNBC says a Democratic win will support value stocks, a Republican win will support growth stocks.
The battlegrounds getting at about 5% on average in the 6 battleground states: Arizona, Florida, Michigan, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin. You can see though in the last track, it's stabilized in the poll there. COVID has become more important over time, dramatically so.
Estee Lauder on their conference call just now said their overall online sales are up 40% in this quarter,
You or someone you know contracted COVID.
which is a huge move for them.
Building also steadily risen. President Trump saw a big drop in the spring
It's good, people are still buying.
of George Floyd. It bounced back a little bit around the Republican convention, but never fully recovered where it was before. On election day, the president could benefit, though, from improving views on the economy. Those rating the economy
SPY's starting to pull back here a little bit as well.
Battleground states, they can make it a lot closer tomorrow night.
Right down to that 20.
Showing Democrats hold the lead on who is best in
See if we get a climb there. Facebook's climbing here too on that candle.
look at that data in the critical state of Pennsylvania. Those are those flip flops you see right there. So the question, whether the president can make this more about the economy and chip into Biden's favorability rating. For Biden, it's how much he can make this about COVID and the president's handling of it. We'll find out more tomorrow. First, we'll bring in the final states that play battleground survey beginning in the morning. And later that night, David, we might even get some actual election results.
Yeah, we'll get some. It's not clear that we'll get enough to know who the winner is, but we will certainly get some. Steve, thank you.
Let's see if Qs are going to break that 10 here. I'm watching Qs up on the right screen here.
Special election night,
Qs and Under Armour.
8 p.m. Eastern, and continuing.
Bottom screen here, I got SPY, Google, Facebook.
Regeneron's antibody drug has proven to help fight off COVID-19, but a complicated manufacturing process could be and probably will be a limiting factor for supply. We're going to give you those details next. Spark in the Street is right back.
DBV Technologies hitting new intraday high now, $2.60, up 81%. Company announcing earlier EMA authorization for its application for Viaskin peanut. That's Delta Bravo Victor Tango. Now $2.60, up 81%. DBVT.
Oysters growing while keeping your business growing. As you swans. You need to hire.
Nice breakout on Facebook there. There we go. Back in the green. Up $60 on Facebook.
List of quality candidates from our resume database, so you can start hiring.
That one little candle there.
Claim your $75 credit when you post your first job.
Guys, I posted the value stocks in the healthcare sector in the trade room for you guys. If you guys could take a look at that. Kronos Group. Innoviva. Tonix Pharmaceuticals.
Washington, D.C. schools
Opiant.
abandon plans to begin in-person learning on November 9th.
In-person learning on November 9th. Catalyst Pharmaceuticals. Another nice breakout here. A quick $80 now on Facebook. Down about 220 on the SPY puts for the day. The 328 puts we have for the November 6th Expo. Down about 220 on those for the day. There goes Facebook. Another breakout. We're up $100 on Facebook now. 110. Quick 5% gain on Facebook. Be nice if we could see that hit that 280 today. Qs are finally breaking out here a bit. Google's taking off again. Facebook trade now up 6%, up $150, 7% now. Facebook up $170.
I'm here at Regeneron's headquarters in Tarrytown, New York, where this process began all the way back in January. Now, Regeneron has designed a cocktail of two different antibodies, one that it engineered in mice, and the other that it derived from a survivor of COVID-19. Now, the reason there is limited supply here is because
Neo retraced, guys. It's only up about 10% now, even a little less than that.
because this drug is grown in living cells, cells from the ovaries of Chinese hamsters. Now that sounds super crazy, but that's actually a common way to make biotech drugs. Now they grow these things in these big bioreactors, these things that kind of look like a brewery. But
Yeah, Quantum's Facebook isn't bad when you can find those cycles.
Technology hitting new highs now, 57 cents, up 29%. Sandy Oscar, November Michael.
So all of that is a 3 to 4 month process all in. Now Regeneron
Regeneron, 50,000 available now.
to get up to 2 million doses by the end of 2021. So all in, they are doing things that almost never happened before. The company has moved all of its production, essentially for its other drugs, to Europe. And in the United States, almost all of its capacity is dedicated to the COVID
Crude
antibody
now
because
positive,
given that we're at 100,000
35.93
cases almost per day in the United
off the
States
highs.
alone, there's just not going to be enough of these drugs. Back over to you.
Meg, I'm curious. When you have a drug like this that's in short supply, as you mentioned, they only have about 50,000 right now. How do they determine who gets the drug?
HOTH, Hot Therapeutics, provides update for novel COVID-19 therapeutic on-the-go SARS-CoV testing device and vaccine. That's HOTH.
See, I want to remind taking that Regeneron antibody rather than the vaccine.
Have designations for high-risk patients, so they will be stratified based on, who could benefit the most from the medicines. But it's going to be a situation where we're rationing these medicines.
Meg, thank you. I'm Meg Terrell. We'll turn now to the coronavirus vaccines, obviously different than those therapeutic Meg was just talking about. Stanford Medicine beginning a phase 3 trial with Johnson & Johnson. It's joining a cohort of around 180 sites around the world that are enrolling participants to try that
Nice candle there on SPY.
Joining us now to discuss is Dr. Lloyd Miner. He's the Dean of Stanford Medicine. Dr. Miner, nice to have you back. Give us a quick rundown here in terms of your expectations, how many patients Stanford will be able to enroll, how quickly, and also how long you see the trial going on for.
Thank you. It's good to be with you.
SINO, Sino Global Shipping, popping here
Sure, on the number of patients
on
we'll be able
small
to
volume,
enroll,
$1.87.
with Stanford. As you mentioned, this is a multi-site
Cindy,
trial,
November
and I think
Hosper.
very significantly,
Russia's
these
Deputy
vaccine
Energy
trials
Minister
are
Sorokin says we expect compliance with OPEC Plus deal to be at a high level in October, and crude prices at the highs, near the highs now.
Well represented in these vaccine trials, and that hasn't always been the case in therapeutic trials in the past. I'm pleased that it will be the case here.
Ferrari is reporting earnings after the bell on November 3rd.
There are a number of trials where we're expecting to hear something very soon. When will we hear something from the phase 3 trial from J&J? Do you have any sense?
I don't have an exact sense. There are several things that you look for in a phase 3 trial. You look at safety for sure, and that's already been looked at carefully in earlier stage trials. But the real purpose of a large phase 3
Nice
trial
job, Tyler.
is efficacy. In order to look at efficacy, you need to have enough people enrolled. So
Here comes that breakout again on Q's and SPY.
each of these trials of vaccines.
Looking good.
And then you need to look at the infection rate, and that can take a while to get enough, both in the placebo group and in the therapeutic group, to know if the vaccine is effective and how effective it is.
Dr. Miner, there's been a lot of discussion about some of those P3 events not trending as higher as you'd like. Stat News did a piece last week saying maybe we need to reset our expectations for timing of an EUA. Has the fact that we didn't get as much data in October as we thought, has that unnerved you?
It hasn't unnerved me. There are 11 vaccines today in phase 3 trial, using a variety of different approaches and technologies to achieve an immune response. We have a lot of early stage, phase 1, phase 2 stage data to show that there is an antibody response with these vaccines, and therefore it's reasonable to expect that there will be a degree of protection or immunity compared
Dwayne, is that something you trade regularly?
important to be careful with these studies.
Or are you just keeping an eye on it?
Pharmaceutical companies are, and the FDA has set a high bar as well, so that when the vaccines are given emergency use authorization by the FDA, it'll be based upon a large body of critically obtained and accurate data.
Dr. Miner, you're going to be studying the participants for several years, over 2 years throughout the course of this trial. Is it possible that these vaccines could look safe in the short term, but then over the next year or two you start to see other side effects? I know there's a lot of concern.
Guys, Under Armour's having a huge breakout. Take a look at UA. That thing's just continuing to climb here. I think that's going to easily see that $14.50 to $15 target area. It was just upgraded as well. So keep an eye on Under Armour.
Is safe, but we never really know until there's long-term follow-up as to what the side effects may ultimately be. I think
Quick pullback on SPY and Qs right now.
Trials and vaccines to know that the risk is low, but it would be a mistake to say that the risk is zero for any of these vaccines or indeed for any vaccine in general. Then one has to weigh the risk versus the benefits. And certainly what we need to achieve in order to control COVID-19 is a lot more immunity than we have today.
Yeah, we talk about the mRNA type of vaccine candidate a lot, especially on Wall Street. But there's other schools of technology that are got 200 candidates in either preclinical or clinical phases.
Q needs to break that 273.50 for that next run here.
Test positive coronavirus day before Champions League match.
273.50 for that next breakout on Qs.
The answer to that question a year from now, I don't think we're spending too much time on mRNA or any approach, given that the need is so enormous right now, given the fact that we're starting to see an additional surge in Europe, the United States. We need effective vaccines, and it makes sense to try a variety of different approaches. And the encouraging aspect of the mRNA vaccines is that they've been out of the gate early. They're innovative approaches, and the early phase 1, phase 2 data are very encouraging in terms of their safety and in terms of the antibody response.
Right, but this one, J&J, is more traditional in terms of its development.
That's correct.
Yeah.
It's an adenovirus-based vaccine.
Finally, are you distressed at all by, and these are polls, of course, but they do show there's a significant percentage of the population that seems to be resistant to the idea of taking a vaccine once it is widely available?
It is concerning. I think that's why insisting upon absolutely the highest standards for these clinical trials, being transparent in how the data are
GlaxoSmithKline, AbbVie, AstraZeneca,
show that roughly 20-25% of
Eli Lilly, Amgen, Pfizer, Merck, Bristol Myers, Gilead, Johnson & Johnson, Novartis. Nice run there on the healthcare sector.
those early adopters will show the way and that others will follow.
Yeah, we'll be watching it closely as we continue to, of course, watch the development of these vaccines. Dr. Miner, thank you.
Thank you.
Now it's time for our ETF spotlight.
Honeywell. Let's see about Honeywell.
Select sector spider fund ticker XLP back into positive territory.
That one had a few upgrades.
Up almost 2% today. One of its components, Clorox, posting better than expected quarterly results this morning. The company also raising full-year sales guidance as it continues to benefit from the purchases by homebound consumers. Clorox CEO Linda Rendell will be Jim Cramer's guest tonight on Mad Money at 6 p.m. Eastern. Squawk on the Street will be back in 2.
ETF Spotlight is sponsored by Invesco. Let's invest in greater possibilities together.
FedEx raising Europe to U.S. Express surcharge up to 25 cents a pound for Foxtrot Delta X-ray.
FedEx raising rates again. That stock's just taking off like a beast here.
Money, people trade goods, tools, cattle, grain, even shells represented value. Then currency came into play. They made it up. Silver, wampum. Soon people decided
Shares of FedEx at the highs now
they proceeded to wave
up more than 2.5% for Foxtrot Delta X-ray.
the buck to the future. That's why it's time for digital currency. And your investment in the Grayscale funds. Go digital. Go Grayscale.
I'm not ready to lose my hair. Not now. But I never thought there was a real solution. Now I use Keeps, the easiest way to keep my hair. And I can get my treatment without leaving the couch. Go to Keeps.com to learn more.
Tesla back above 400. Baidu, Netflix.
Your house is your future. Protect it from unexpected expenses. Leaf Filter prevents
Google is still on the climb.
Thanks very much, Stu. We're keeping an eye on shares.
Like the looks of Google there. Nice, slow, steady climb. You can have that next resistance right around that 1658 area.
Year on year. Stock's been on a tear so far this year, up more than 700%. Dow's up almost 520 here. Best day for the Dow since July 14. More on the streets back in a minute.
Municipal bonds don't typically get the media coverage that the stock market does. In fact, some people may even find them boring. What they typically do offer is a stream of income that's federally tax-free. Municipal bonds from federally qualified
Let's see what Apple's doing there, Eduardo.
tax-free income
Tyler, did you hear that? Fire Fauci.
municipal bonds from across the country.
Man.
You can benefit from tax-free income wherever you live. There's nothing boring about that. If you have at least $10,000 to invest, we want to send you our exclusive bond guide for free. 1-800
Apple has support right around that $100 a share, going all the way back to, July
4376
when it was resistance. Finally broke that after a good earnings report.
For your free bond guide, call now. 1-800-376-4376. 1-800-376-4376.
Watching Q's and Spy here, team. Facebook not doing too much, holding that 268 area. Trading between the 10 and 50. Qs are starting to break down though.
And shipped to your doorstep. So if you've got a special photo on your phone, install the free Keepsake app. We would love a chance to frame it for you.
Letter D, Dominion Energy proposes largest slate of new solar facilities for Virginia customers.
Love the policies
That's
we
letter
presented
D.
to former Vice President Biden on taxes, on stimulus, and a lot more. Our next guest says that a Biden victory might have a smaller impact on corporations than investors fear. Kate Kelly of the New York Times joins us today. Kate, it's great to have you back.
Always great to see you guys, Carl.
I keep coming back to a quote that Lloyd Blankfein, formerly of Goldman, gave to Time last month. He said, the unpredictability of the Trump White House has made enough people's heads spin where it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Is that a fair framing, you think?
Well, I think that Trump does stand for certain principles that he has been consistent with all along. But it's certainly true that you see reversals from time to time, and you see these commentaries that he makes on the campaign trail. Even just, I was listening to Sue just now talking about firing Fauci. That while not entirely surprising, there's been tension between him and Dr. Fauci for a while now. Something that might start as an offhand comment can become a mantra and ultimately policy. So yes, I think there's certainly a degree of unpredictability there.
Do you think that explains, the president has attacked Biden as both a socialist puppet but also a Wall Street puppet. There's been a lot of attention paid to the amount of money Biden raised from the street. A lot on the street did that knowing the possibility, I'm not saying that we're going to war from the Treasury, but certainly, say, a Treasury Secretary or an SEC chief that runs to the left of what we have now.
It's an interesting question, Carl, and I did a story on this back in August. To my surprise, Wall Street donors, I'm talking about not just business leaders at hedge funds, private equity, asset management, banks, and more, but sort of rank and file employees whose donations
LYFT lift more call activity, 1,100 contracts on the weekly.
measure. I believe it was 5-1 by one count by the Center for Responsive Politics, and also in terms of the big
$30
donors,
call
a
sweep.
lot of
That's
Wall Street
LYFT
future
lift.
donors were giving millions to Biden and other Democrats. I heard several different reasons for that. One was that essentially on the social issues, right? On some of the policies that matter.
TikTok announcing agreement with Sony Music Entertainment.
Biden than Trump. Another
That's Sandy November Echo.
and Trump's handling of COVID and what it would mean for people on a union level, as well as, off and on the economy as we work our way through this. Others talked about issues like national security and so on. I think one interesting thing, Carl, that the markets have been grappling with a little bit, and earlier on were positive about, was the idea that Biden was going to pass a massive government stimulus for infrastructure spending, green jobs, and other things that would be stimulative, and that these financial regulations would not be as harsh on the business or as sweeping as you said, a Senator Warren
Shares
or
of
other more
Sony
progressive
off the highs
candidates
now,
would be. His tax plan
85.65,
is a little more
following
moderate
that
than
announcement.
I think many were expecting, and certainly more moderate than some of his progressive counterparts from the primary.
Market's pulling back a little bit here, guys. Take a look at SPY and Qs. Notice it's the first time we're trading below that red 50. We got some support right around down to 271.80. We break below that, we're going to be looking at 271 as the next support on Qs.
A high of 85.90, now 85.75, moving higher following that announcement of the deal with TikTok and Sony.
No, I think there is concern, and it was a complicated
Sony moving higher on that announcement with TikTok.
they prefer to live with the Trump tax regime. But on the other hand, there was some feeling, even back in August, that if Trump were elected for another 4 years, it would galvanize the left, and the next Democratic victor might be someone very progressive, might be someone of the Elizabeth Warren AOC school, who would impose wealth taxes and very aggressive taxes on capital gains and other things across the board. So the idea of embracing a Biden was sort of a moderate compromise for now, and a way to deal with some of the non-tax issues that were animating people. But absolutely, I think this issue is top of mind. The corporate tax, you didn't mention, but that's another issue. Biden has said corporate taxes might go up to 28% from the current 21, which is part of the Trump reform packages. From what I hear on the campaign trail, and I just wrote a piece about this Friday, though, he and Kamala Harris all along have been telegraphing a more moderate approach. She would say on the campaign trail during her primary fight, let me be clear, I am a capitalist. And Biden more recently in the generals has signaled to some donors that, you know what, the tax plan is still very much a work in progress. We've got other wood to chop first, whether it's dealing with the illness, whether it's dealing with the economy. That's not going to be job one. And I think while they don't like the direction of a possible Biden-Harris administration when it comes to taxes, the idea that it's going to be a wait-and-see approach and it's kind of an iterative approach is somewhat comforting.
Kate, it's fascinating. In some ways, the political world and its relationship to Wall Street seem upside down.
Pulling back a little bit here, but nothing major.
Kelly of the New York Times, we miss you. In the meantime, guys, market hanging on to a nice gain, as we said, on not quite 500 like a moment ago, but S&P up almost 50, back to 3318. Bespoke guys points out that
Let's see here. Google's holding that 50. Alibaba's breaking down pretty heavily right now. SPY's pulling below that 50 SMA. Facebook below that 10-20-50 SMA support.
into the election results, in that case, it was on the
I think we could come back down to that 265 for the day. It's definitely possible.
once the election happened, it was off to the races.
Netflix. So just about everything on my watch list is pulling back here from the highs right now. Tesla, Netflix, Disney, just about every single stock is pulling back here from the highs. Dow's still up about 460 points. Nasdaq's up 90. S&P's up about 45 points, 1.38%.
Yeah, overall, you see much more of a risk-on sentiment in the markets today. You've got WTI crude up, reversing some of its earlier weakness, and that fell more than 10% last week on some of those concerns surrounding the shutdowns. And it seems like the equity markets are really kind of shrugging off the additional lockdown measures in Europe, the election uncertainty, Carl. I think
margin.
impact of Biden's policies. Gene Sperling joins us today, former National
Paper
Academy
entitled Failure to Demonstrate Efficacy of Aducanumab, appearing in Out's journals
I'd love to get your really quick just on
over the
fracking.
weekend.
We're going to talk
Baird
about
mentioning that
Pennsylvania so much today.
that's Bravo India, India Bravo,
Following
negative
2 or 3 days at least. I wonder
report.
if you think Biden has found a proper response to the idea that he is somehow leaving the 500,000 employees who are
That's
exposed to fracking
BIIB.
in that state behind.
Shares of Biogen off the highs, 250, 247.
Ending fracking and not leaving those workers behind. And in fact, I spend a decent amount of time in Pennsylvania. I think what people care about enormously is their strong infrastructure plan, a strong Made for America plan. I think that when we get out of this political season, which we're obviously in one day before the election, what people are going to start looking at, and I think some in the market are already asking, is what are we do? What is the prospects that a Biden election is going to lead to a more serious national effort at tracing, testing, masks that will actually control the virus enough that we cannot have these new spikes, these new waves.
I have this SPY November 6th 328 strike put still open in the trade challenge account. I think we're going to see an upset
That's spelling out the
in the election, and I think we're going to see the markets pull back a little bit.
In the fourth quarter, because there's not a path pitch, and I think when people start
Keeping that open.
that a Biden presidency is going to mean not only
Let's see if Facebook could climb above that 10.
better than is being negotiated now, but that there's going to be a real jobs mobilization plan. And it's been quite clear on manufacturing, major infrastructure plan that has not taken place. And I think when you get that kind of uptick and that kind of made in America demand, you're going to see that that wide sections of the industry are going to start realizing that there is a lot of opportunity and there's going to be a lot of encouragement to go back and start hiring. And I think one of Biden's plan is, when you look at the Build Back Better, the job mobilization, is it's not just a relief plan. It is designed to be a 2, 3, 4-year job mobilization that would give a lot of
There we go, Facebook. Let's hold above that 10, start that climb again.
large businesses to the smaller suppliers.
What about the lame duck, Gene? Assuming there's a change in control in the White House and in the Senate, I mean, the market's so short-term focused. McConnell even last week suggesting that January is the earliest we could start talking about some kind of aid or relief. Does that mean the next 2 months are lost?
Well, I'm probably your least expert guess in predicting the stock market, but I do think there is the following tension. I think when people see a Biden victory or they see a potential blue wave, they have greater confidence that in January there will be this big relief package and that there will be a job.
You guys know what I mean, though, when I say an upset. I'm just saying about what Wall Street's expecting and everything like that.
Will now say, or that the Republican Senate in general will now say, we have no incentive to help the economy politically.
For me, it doesn't really matter who wins. I don't really care for either of them.
Is that we've already seen the economy.
NIO pulled all the way back, was up 15%, now only up 8% for the day.
I talk to people who expect the October
Glad we didn't chase that one.
very weak. So I think the fear is that yes, that the damage will be done from the loss of demand that coming from the state local level, from unnecessary small business closures. So yes, they look positively to the big 2 or 3-year positive impact of
DABA, Alibaba, in talks to invest in Farfetch. That according to the information, DABA.
Look at Farfetch taking off there on that news that Alibaba's going to invest. Huge breakout there.
They're still lawmakers. They still have constituents. And it probably sounds naive as a question because that's not necessarily how
That's
Washington works.
FTCH.
But, don't they still have a responsibility?
FTCH.
I think people fear that they won't. I think that some of it is a fear of a cynical view that there's less.
November 20th, 32 strike calls are actually pretty cheap on that. I might pick that up. Might pick up a few on those, team.
Seriously, I mean,
32 strike, tight bid and ask.
insurance is expiring. Some people had some savings. More people are running through the savings. Child centers are closing.
getting a pop on that
So I would like to say that they're
headline.
doing a greater non-political approach.
Hit a
I
high
think
of
most of these
32.35,
companies
now
will
at
stay at it. But I think
31.85,
you're
up
asking me about,
13%.
they might be fearing that there is less of a political incentive to do this on the Republican Senate, that they may just want to take it's all up to Biden approach. I agree. I think that is not responsible. I think people will ultimately be punished for looking like they, walked away at a time when people are hurting going into the Christmas season. But I think that fear is there. And as somebody who's lived through some of the, budget wars of the past.
And take a look at Keys and SPY, pulling back a little bit from those highs this morning. Still up quite a bit in the market here, but definitely off those highs. There's Q's, here's SPY.
Just a reminder, you can tune in to CNBC's election night coverage all day tomorrow and tomorrow night, beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. You do not want to miss that. Leslie?
Certainly don't want to miss it. And we're getting some fresh numbers from Ken Griffin's hedge fund Citadel. A person familiar with their return since its flagship Wellington fund was up a little more than 1% in October, 20% year to date. Equities, fixed income, commodities, credit, and quant all contributing to the returns at the now 30-year-old firm. Spot on the Street. We'll be right back. Sometimes constipation happens. It happens to birds. It happens to dogs.
Fitch is ready to take off again.
Prime Minister Johnson says we have real prospect of vaccine in Q1 next year. That's coming from UK Prime Minister Johnson.
Real-time insights and your customized view of the market. It's smarter trading technology for smarter trading decisions. Fidelity.
T-Mobile's been building its 5G network for a moment like this. Introducing the iPhone 12 Pro with 5G. Now at T-Mobile, the leader in 5G coverage, you can unleash the power of the epic iPhone 12 Pro in more places. Get two iPhone 12 Pros and
See if we could get that climb above that 10 here again on Facebook. If we get a climb above that 20, I might add another contract.
The United States has hit another grim milestone with more than 9 million confirmed cases.
This is beginning to accelerate around the country.
More than 88,000 new cases just yesterday. That's one case every second.
The facts, the truth, the news with Shepard Smith. Weeknights, 7 Eastern, CNBC. The market savers decline
UBS
last
just downgraded Harley Davidson to neutral, but they raised their price target to $35 on HOG, HOG, Harley Davidson. Getting a climb here on Facebook. See that breakout here above that 20.
MARK, Remark, getting some movement here, linking to a article in Business Insider. Healthcare startup share pair is weighing an IPO acquisition. That's MARK, Remark. Getting a little pop here. MARK.
the better place for traders.
3 meetings and 3 stops today. There's just never enough time. If you've ever considered flying private jets, you have to check out One Flight's badge. The badge makes searching and booking private jets
Guys, that Fitch is really taking off again. Farfetch.
and finding the closest airport. Then choose from over 4,000
Another big break out there on Farfetch. I was going to get in that 32 call there. Should have done it. Market's picking back up here off those lows a little bit. Facebook's right at that 20. Qs are at the 20. SPY's just failed at that 10. Farfetch is still on the climb. Our shares up over 17% on that news with Alibaba. That might get a quick run up to $40 by the end of the week here. Facebook looking good, starting to climb here.
Famed New York bookseller The Strand asking for help from customers to survive the pandemic, getting 25,000 orders in one weekend after its call for aid. We'll talk to the owner about business during COVID-19 stimulus, PPP loans, and more right after this break.
Real-time exchange sector sort is sponsored by Sector Spider ETFs.
Some trends are so influential they can move entire sectors of the market. Take demographics. Our aging population could impact the performance of all healthcare companies, but selecting precisely which companies will benefit can be challenging. The Healthcare Sector Spider ETF offers the diversification of the entire healthcare sector while reducing single stock risk. The Healthcare Sector Spider, the next chapter in investing. Before investing, consider the fund's investment objectives, risk, charges, and expenses. Go to sectorspiders.com for prospectus containing this information. Read it carefully.
As business moves forward, we're all changing the way things get done.
SPY's finally starting to climb here. It's looking like we're going to turn positive here. Start that new breakout momentum phase within the cycle. Google's taking off here nicely as well. There goes Q's. Here comes Facebook.
You can rely on the people and the network of AT&T to help keep your business connected.
Let's see. Tom says, how low do you think Amazon will go? 6-month daily. I think she could drop down to about 29.30, possibly down to 2900. So 29.30 to 2900, that'd be my target pullback on Amazon there. But I think we got to watch and look for a nice swing trade on Amazon ahead of the holiday shopping season here. I think we could get a nice pickup there and have a nice overnight or a couple day swing trade on Amazon calls once we see that climb off support. Right now, Facebook is looking like it wants that 10-20 cross. Ford is continuing to pull back there. Under Armour got another nice spike. Take a look at UA. That's looking like a nice setup here on Under Armour to get in for either a quick day trade or a swing trade for this week, next week's Expo, November 20th.
More than a week ago, the 93-year-old bookstore The Strand, a New York icon, tweeting, quote, "We need your help." Staring at a revenue drop of 70%, the company mobilized its community to help it survive, despite what was PPP loans that were supposed to do that as well. A stimulus deal, of course, remains uncertain. So what does this mean for the future of local businesses such as The Strand? Owner Nancy Bass-Wyden joins us now. Nice to have you, Ms. Wyden. You've got a very positive response here from people, including myself, by the way, because you have a Strand, not the main one, but one near me, where I live. Has it been enough to make sure you stay in business?
Well, right now it's great. You know, after 93 years, I was hopeful that the community would help, and we are just floored at the generosity. In 2 days, Saturday and Sunday, we got so many orders, 25,000 orders, that the internet crashed, and then we got back up. But we're really in good shape for Christmas. As just to put it into
Wow, you guys hear that about the bookstore, The Strand? Revenue down 70%. They've reached out on Facebook, made a Facebook post, said they need some help. 25,000 orders came in Saturday and Sunday alone, just 2 days.
but it's making me want to fight even harder. It also makes me want to get out the message to other indie stores and mom and pop businesses to really ask for help if you need to from your community. I can't tell you how many times, right now I go to my favorite restaurant or I go to the drive-in.
Nice climb here on Facebook. Alibaba's starting to take off here again.
AAPL short report
To keep us going.
seeking alpha on REPR report systems.
Right.
And we've been around for 93 years.
I know, and in your family as well for that period.
I want to see Facebook break that red 50 here. We could break that red 50 on Facebook. We're going to be looking golden there.
That call, so to speak, you took PPP money.
REPR.
You have some personal wealth. People
Neo's only up a little over 7% right now, continuing to pull back on Neo.
what that's meant to your business.
PayPal, Square, they both pulled back as well.
We've been around for 93 years. We've survived the Depression. We've survived 9/11. We've survived 2 world wars, and then we've survived all the changes in the book business. E-books, big box stores, and even Amazon. And Amazon didn't even get to us. It's this COVID and the lack of
It's called The Strand, John.
foot traffic that we were so dependent on.
I guess it's popular in New York.
Ally getting a pump
Strand
price
Bookstore.
75, up 18% on heavy volume now for TSLA.
Criticism that you technically might have some personal wealth, whether it's from Amazon stock or other things, to help keep the strand in business, and you have the PPP loans and have laid people off. How do you kind of square all of that criticism for especially those employees and the patrons out there that are frequent strand visitors?
Well, our sales are off 70%. That is really hard to survive. So I didn't ask for money from the community. All I asked was, could you buy your holiday gifts from us? That's all. A little bit of a wake-up call that we went through. We used up as much as the PPP loan that we could. I mean, that has a lot of limitation on it. And then I set a lot of money aside and used that up. And to go on for 8 months at a 70% loss of sales is really hard to sustain without more help. We did furlough a lot of employees. There was an expectation as small businesses, when we get a PPP loan, that we can allow all the employees back. We had 217 before the
Let's see, Avilio said he's riding PayPal back up.
brought everybody back. That would go through the PPP loan in 1 month. So we had to be very careful about, and I tried to
Had some nice support there at about 190.
going. So we were at the end of the rope when I asked for help. I sent out an email to my friends and to our customers at the Strand.
Yeah, and they responded.
Google is looking great still. Google, I'm very bullish on here. I might do a vertical call spread tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. I'd wait until after the election.
Great interview, guys. Markets hanging on to a gain here, about 1.5%. All sectors are green. Energy has picked up the pace. VIX back
All sectors are green. Nice climb here starting. There goes your Facebook or your PayPal there, Avilio. Looking good. Baba's starting to get a climb. Farfetch is taking off again. FTCH. Facebook holding that 10. Under Armour. That's one I'd love to make a trade in. I think it's a little too early though. I'd rather wait until Wednesday to make that trade.
Every business is like a lemonade stand. I've got customers, employees, and suppliers too. Thanks, Jimmy. I manage all this printed
See what Qs are doing.
control it easily. And I do it all with Coupa.
Qs are holding that 271. You guys can see how that 271 goes all the way back to about 9:30 this morning. As long as we're holding that 271, we're going to be good on tech.
Comfort, we know responsible investing is hard. If you're concerned about the environment and climate change,
Let's see here. What else do we have? Amazon.
if you care about economic
Amazon's not doing too much, right at 3,000. See if it holds that 3,000 area. If not, we're going to be looking at that 3,900 I was talking about. Or 2,900, I'm sorry. 2,900 target support on Amazon. She pulls back to 2,900. I definitely would be jumping in for a longer term trade on it, maybe 3 months out. I mean, she just got upgraded to $4,500 a share. Very bullish on that. Facebook's getting a nice little rise there at 267. It's currently at 267.46. Google is looking nice here as well. I think 1,700 to be an easy target this week on Google. I'd be jumping in if it wasn't for the election tomorrow. BABA's on the climb here as well. Facebook's holding above that 20. Looking pretty good here, guys. Well, guys, it's that time. It's 11 o'clock, so I'm going to be getting off of here. I have a class I got to do again at 11:30. If you guys want to come join us, breakingchartalerts.com. Click on Join Now. Look at our membership pricing plans. And then once you guys join us, go to our live trading. Drop down to our live trade room. And then if you're the Pro member or the Elite member, you'll have access to our live afternoon trading, which starts at 2 p.m. So come join us. Get signed up. If you have any questions, down here in the bottom right, you can click that button, log into your messenger, shoot us a message, and we'd be glad to answer any of your questions. Our CPA class that we did on Friday, that's going to be up in a couple of days, and be ready for that. We also uploaded some new education on our lesson library. If you guys go to our lesson library, go to education, and then go to lesson library. Our classes are in the classes. On the education, lessons will be right here. Easy for you guys to check out, look at. And that's pretty much going to do it for the morning session here, guys. I hope everyone has a great week, great start. And remember, wait until after this election here until you get a little bit more in depth with your trades here. Trade small for now. Alrighty, guys, take care. Have a great morning. God bless and stay safe. Good night, guys.